Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Galactory. So in today's video we're going to be continuing on getting our resources up to the base. And as you can see, it's a lot of work. So that's why the previous episode was pretty boring. But we're almost there. It just takes a little bit of time to connect all of these little thingies. And I'm really happy that you can make bends like this that look really nice in the base. So as I said before, I think we're going to expand that flat piece over there and we're going to make a calcium farm over here. So what are we going to do? We're going to go all the way over there and we're going to extend the supported platforms. Oh, that wasn't really a good idea. That's not really working out. Let's do it from this side. So that's what I meant, like building an actual platform. And we can go like that. And we should be able to close these as well. And then let's have a look. So these seem to be not connected to the ground. That's quite unfortunate. But that one is. And up to this one. And all the way there. It's so difficult. Come on. Nope. Yep. So it seems to be working fine if you just drag them manually. But as soon as you try to do it in a group, you get into some weird issues like that. That's probably some mechanic that's preventing you from doing it properly. But there's some rocks underneath here, so that should work fine. Oh, come on, man. Why do I always do that? So let's raise this up like that. See how far we can go. Oh, this is going to be a big place. For sure. That's a good sign. We should be able to extend it quite a bit this way. But let's hope we can actually place it properly. Because we are getting some problems trying to connect it to the ground. So, what is the best alternative? We are going to try and fill the ground up with these pillars. Let's see if we can actually make it happen. I do notice that some of them are like growing from the ground up. That actually means that they won't support anything. So that's why I also included those two quickly. This seems to be looking fine to me. Raise it up. Raise it up. The pillar building game. Welcome to the pillar building game called StarRupture, where you have to do a lot of pillar work. Pillars all over the place. And misplacing pillars. So far playing this game for about, let's say, 14 episodes. It's starting to look really nice on my base side. But yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of the pillar system anymore. Because it starts to become a little bit of a pain in the ass. Like how much work it actually is placing the damn pillars the whole day to make your base a little bit properly. Because I will soon make some satisfactory games as well, because I really do like Satisfactory a lot as well with the building style. Okay, so let's try this one more time. Let's see if it works this time. If we just put all the pillars on top. So let's say that one and that one. It wasn't even supported, so those were just floating over there. But that's kind of good. I don't really care about that one. But these are important, so let's enhance the base as much as possible. So all of them, the rest of it, should work just fine. Because it should be high up enough to actually work. So there we go. I know this is so much work for just a little bit of a platform extra to build your base / factory on. It is really sad that you have to do this the whole day. So what have you been doing today? I've been placing 10,000 pillars today. Yes, that's a new game called StarRupture. All of them pillars. Let's see what we can do. That looks pretty promising to me. There we go. Look at that. That is beautiful. So this could be like the best possible base we can make for the calcium. So what I want to do is I want to bring it over to this corner, then bring it down so it just crosses this area, then go all the way to the back. Then we have the smelter so we can repeat the double station idea. And then it comes back with like more detailed materials, let's say. So that's basically what I want to make out of this factory that we're setting up. And I do think that this one needs a pillar. Oh no, it's actually needing a pillar. Okay, so that makes sense. There you go. So now it's quite terrible to access that bit, but we can improve that in the future, of course. But this looks promising enough to me. In order to put our multi-rail system, and I totally see now that we need one additional beam all the way up here because we need to make a beautiful corner. So we do have to copy one more row of the other side. And I do think it's going to be like this or something. Yeah, that makes sense. We put a platform on top of it. Then we put a rail system on top of it, like so. Then we leave one block in between. And then we go down with the block. Same over here. We place it over here. Then we make a little bend. Go back. Then we will split it somewhere around here, if that makes sense. Because it will be like a little walkway over here, and we might just aesthetically double it so it looks a little bit more beautiful. Then right in the middle over here, we should do maybe another one. Somewhere around there. And then we can do the final one over here. And basically, that's where it's going to arrive. So this can be literally the end point, but we can also loop it back in case we need it through this little part. But I do think that 3 of them will be plenty and it should be good to go. So let's go and connect all of these back up. And our core overheat level is still alrighty. Oh, there's a little bit of a gap over here. Let's fix that quickly too, in case we just start falling into stuff like that. But it's going to look really nice. We're going to have a little bit more factory type feelings with this. So that should work out just great. So in theory, we have like 4 miners on this triple line system. It's not really balanced, however, but we could balance it with the storage units if we want to. But I do think personally that that's too much effort. And I don't know. I think this will just work out fine. So 3 of them going down. And another one going down. And like so. And like so. Yes, very good. Like so. And then we bend it over once more. In the good direction. And then we will connect you up. It's colliding with something. What is it colliding with? It's probably colliding with itself. It's so difficult to see. But luckily we're able to connect it together. Like so. And then we just cross this little part over here. And like that. And then we do the same for this part. Look at that. That is just amazing. Very nice. One more to go. And probably a lot of you are thinking like, that is totally useless. You don't actually need all of that. And you're probably right. You're probably right. Probably correct. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna figure out how to how do I say that? How to actually take off the materials that we need, if that makes sense. So I assume we need a smelter for that as well. So let's see if we're in line with the previous one. Well, we actually started just straight over here. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be starting a little bit further away. And even one more. Because I have an idea. So we're going to place it over here. And yeah, as I said before, everything can actually go through a single rail if you want to. So I was thinking about looping this end of this system into the main bus over here. And then everything we feed through this little beam over here will get through. But I'm not entirely sure it's going to work out. So I'm going to try and make it and see if it works. Let's see what it does. So to make it easier, we can make a connection point with 3 of these splitters. So that in the future we can just hook up even more of these things in case we actually need it. So that is basically one thing we can do. And then we need to try and connect it over here. But of course we have this little section over here that needs to be taken down. Then we have to get ourselves another rail connector in the middle. And it was a little bit buggy right there. I was already starting to doubt it, like, oh no, it's not gonna work. But it seems to be working out. So this one goes there and that one goes there. Can also upgrade that one and that one now that we're here. We can surely do that. And then from here, we connect it to the main bus. So now we basically can utilize the rail on the right to do stuff on the left. So that's good. So it's all connected and all goes to the same shooting machines over there. And let's upgrade these real quickly too, so that everything is level 2. And certainly when we're going to be using more materials than before, or let's say like more different type of things, and then we can have double speed or whatever speed it is, and we should be totally fine. That one and that one and that one. So we're just going to spend a little bit of money here. Calcium blocks. Okay, so we might need to place a little bit of a storage right here. I do think it's going to be necessary. But to make it easy, and it's probably not going to be easy to do, we're going to put one right over here. So that we have calcium, so we can put it into the research station over there. And it seems to be that we ran out of power. Great. Really great. Come on, man. You're gonna be joking me, right? And then, yeah, that's not gonna work. But yeah, that's really sad. We kind of ran out of power here. So, good idea. Let's increase the power a little bit. Oh, the game is a little bit hangy. Let's get some more solar panels deployed. Let's add another row of these little babies. Come on, my solar panels. Chaboop. Can we run in between? No, we can't. That is really sad, actually. So, yeah. Makes total sense, right? Let's do it from here, then. Let's place you a bit closer. Very well. Let's expand with some solar power. More solar power, please. These rocks are certainly going to be in the way soon. But maybe we can still put one in the rocks and we can. That seems to be working out. That's very good. Very nice. Like so. We have some pointy fruits over here. Come to mama fruit. Yeah, that's correct. It's the come to mama fruit. So now we need to gather ourselves some calcium, and theoretically it should arrive soon because we kind of hooked it up and it should arrive. But of course, I'm not really certain that it will work out. So one thing we can do is we can try and connect, like temporarily, the third one over there, and then hook it all the way in here, and then it should arrive soon. But let's go check it out. Let's see why it's not coming over, or where the materials are. I still don't see anything flowing, so maybe we just forgot a little bit of a piece somewhere, like a little problem along the road. You can actually run on these things if you want to. Oh, I do think that we didn't connect the beginning, so maybe it's correct, actually. I think it's correct. I think we forgot to hook it up. No, we didn't. It should work. So why is my calcium not working out? Output full. You are a fool. Maybe because the base is so far away, maybe? That would be ridiculous, right? Why is it not requesting at the end? That is very interesting. So I do have an idea. We could theoretically make a little bit of a buffer zone over here somewhere. Yeah, I think over here. And then we will just put in like 3 of these. Why not? And then we will just try it out. See if we can actually get some calcium ores to go there. And then maybe they will be able to split it back up towards the other base. So let's try that. Let's dismantle these things real quickly and figure out what the problem is. So maybe to make it aesthetically pleasing, we could split it up. Wait, let me think about this. How we're gonna do this. What shall we do? One of the most beautiful ways of doing this, I think, is placing 3 of these at around. That's gonna be difficult. One sec. We need to move around. It's like this, and then hooking them up like that, and the same for these. And then we should try and end up with a rail like this and connect it up like so. Because yeah, it's really hard to make this look beautiful, for sure. It does not make sense to do it this way or other ways than this. To make it a little bit pleasing, let's say. So that it looks like it's actually splitting up. Exactly the same for every single one of them. And then it should like basically ask for the materials. And the material should start flowing soon. And otherwise this is also not working. So let's have a look. Yeah, we still have an issue. It seems that they're still not working. Output full. But why? Why is your output full, man? What if we just disconnect this and hook it back up? What is it gonna do? It still does not want to travel between. That is so weird. Everything is connected. It looks like everything is connected. These storage boxes are asking for a separate line. High priority? It does not make sense to me. So why is it not working? I have no idea. What should be wrong? Too big of a distance, maybe? Something else that I missed? I don't know. Maybe we should put a storage container in between? Let's see if that works. I have no idea now. So we have to try stuff until we figure it out. So let's put a rail into it. And let's put a rail back into it. Then we set it to calcium ore. Yeah, that works out just fine. So that works. But it stops working at a certain point. Somewhere here. So why is that not working? I must say that is very interesting actually. Why is it not working? Why is it not working? Rail V2, rail V2, rail V2. Like so? Oh no, that's the wrong one actually. It's alright. That should have been the middle one. The middle one. And then we place you. Yeah, that starts working straight away. So that works out. And we can't actually even put something here. I think it's too high up. Because of the stone. But we can make it work if we want to. So what do? We will put another rail into here. And then that one goes into that one. And this one will be calcium as well. So now we need to figure out how to pull that stuff out. Because it just does not make sense to me. Like, how is this even possible? Let's put one. Let's put one. It shouldn't be too far. Come on, man. This is like halfway the base. It's like totally not working at all. This is really weird and not nice. What if we break these? Maybe it works out. Maybe there's some sort of bug going on. I have no idea. Let's see if it works out. Because it would suck to put all of these requesting machines in between the whole time with a triple line setup. That just does not make sense, you know. Okay, I do think that we have no other choice but to try out one storage machine over here. See if it can actually flow here. See if these lines work. So then we can basically continue with figuring out what's going wrong. So if we put this one over here, will it actually work? Is there anything coming over? It seems that it's not. So it's already broken at this stage. So I think it's more in this direction that we're having to disassemble and reassemble, I guess. Let's give it another shot. And that one. And that one. Oh, wait. No, is something coming over? No, it's not. Okay, so something here goes definitely wrong then. Let's try this bit again too. Let's see what happens if we just connect the 3 miners and not the 4th one. Nothing happens there. Let's just reconnect them. See what it does. Nobody coming out. So the problem is deeper than that. Way deeper. Maybe these. Let's try those again. That's 1. That's 2. And that's 3. And still, there is no ores coming out. Or maybe they need more than 100 to start flowing. Distributing. Distributing where, man? So the problem is here? That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Yeah, that one works. We found the problem. We found the problem. Oh no, we have to hurry. We have to hurry. Disassemble it. Got him. Just in time. Whee! We can take all this time. That's good. So we figured it out. What the problem was. That's good. So let's give it a try and see if we can connect it up. And see if they will actually start filling up the others down the road. It seems to be not working again. It should actually work. These are actually requesting. So I'm not sure what's going on, to be honest. Like, it says it's working, but it seems not to be working at all. This is very difficult this way. How can you make a game that doesn't do the thing it needs to do? Come on, man. Okay, good question. What do we do then? Like, do I have to really disassemble everything? Because there's some sort of bug in one of these rails? That just does not make sense at all. So that one was working. I think I replaced these already, but let's do it again. See if we can make it. All the way back here then. Maybe the rail V2 is just broken. I don't know. Could be totally possible. Or we have to put like 3 different storage boxes in here as well. Come on, man. That does not make sense. Chiboop. 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 Oh, yes. At least one is working. But are the other 2 working as well? That looks like a full triple belt going. Very nice. It is working. It is working. Look at that. Look at that. That's good. Really good. Okay, so let's finish the distribution station. And connect it up to the other base. So that. Then we will place our rail connectors. 1 and 2 and the tree. Then we'll add the rails. And the rails. And the rails. And then... Oh no. It should have been like one in front of it. Nah, maybe not. Maybe not. It's alright. It's alright. We did it perfect. We did it perfect. Let's raise it back up. And connect it up. And hopefully it works straight away. And it's not going to work. And that is also not working out. So what we can do is that maybe? No? Okay. Let's try it a different way. But it should actually work, you know. I got a better idea. Let's just move this one step further away. And then put a plate over here. There we go. Take the rails out. I know it's a big distance, so... Oh crap. I used the wrong pillar. No. I need the triple one, yes. You gotta be joking me. I have to put the floor panel first. Oh, come on. Turn it around like that. Yep, very good. Rail number 2. Rail number 2. Rail number 3. And then we connect it back up there. And over there. And all the way over there. So these should be filled up correctly. And then these should actually start draining towards the base. But I do think this is too much of an effort to actually get resources to go somewhere. So unfortunately, we've been struggling for a whole episode with these belts that are not actually working out that great. So I would say I see you guys in the next one, and hopefully we can fix this for the next episode.